Hello, welcome to the world that philosophy normally should prepare us for. This is a world of chaos, a world of uncertainty, a world of illness, and a world of cooperation and the possibility of improving our self-knowledge and knowledge of reality. It's the philosopher Pascal of the 17th century that said that the worst nightmare of an individual is his lack of entertainment. He considered kings to be miserable because they have to be entertained all the time. We are always so miserable that we cannot bear our misery, and this is the role of entertainment in our lives. Now there is no entertainment, and we are closed in our houses, and all we have is ourselves and the people who live with us. We should try to make the best out of it in terms of self-knowledge, in terms of acknowledging the differences between us and other people, in experiencing anxiety and in needing to have control over a reality we cannot control. And we need also to reevaluate what's important in our lives, what's not, and to see that we can live very simple lives and still be very happy indeed. That happiness comes from the inside rather than the outside. So wishing you all health, because it's very different in those times if you are healthy or not. Wishing you health, I wish you also happiness and a lot of good philosophical thoughts. This is Lydia Amir.
On the occasion of COVID emergency, the Pragma Association, of which I am the president, organized an help desk philo coordinated by Maddalena Bisolo. It's a philosophical counseling service where philosophers listen and relate to the people who are forced to social isolation and are prey of emotional problems or existential crisis. In this way, Italian people, not philosophers, are experiencing a new way and a new role of philosophy in emergency situation. A philosophy as a therapy or a care for human condition. Thank you.
A lot of people are talking about how to overcome this situation, how to recover normality. But I don't know if we should come back to that normality. But remember that normality has been a way to destroy forests, to fish whales and other protected animals, to enter in a capitalist world where solidarity is a secondary value. Children now are discovering that they don't need to consume to be happy. And men and women are discovering that solitude, retreat, doesn't mean a punishment, but a way to know who they are and who they want to be in the future. Therefore, I think what philosophy can do today is to help us to question if we want to go back to normality.
The coronavirus pandemic is showing us the illusory nature of a self-sufficiency idea in which we believed before. Philosophical practice can show today how our attention should focus on the path we are living now. Philosophical practice can also help us think about the importance of bonds and relationships, because our physical and economic life depends on them.
Bueno, estamos en una experiencia común, diría yo. Y esta experiencia común es interesante en el sentido de que estamos todas y todos atravesados por un mismo asunto, ¿no? Pero es una experiencia común no solo por esta sensación de aislamiento en que estamos existiendo, digamos, sino por una cotidianidad completamente alterada, ¿no? Pero que nos hace repensarnos tanto desde el punto de vista social como también personal. Y siendo una situación en un tiempo, podríamos decir, nuevo, creo que podríamos decir de que estamos todos en una situación infantil, descubriendo un mundo. Entonces, nos interpela este tiempo para tratar de encontrar los cambios que requerimos, que son a largo plazo, ¿no? Todos vamos a ser afectados por la economía, por una experiencia devastadora incluso, pero tenemos que pensarnos a largo plazo por la crisis climática. Y creo que nuestra práctica filosófica nos da una condición de ponernos a interrogar de una manera muy desnuda, por decirlo así. Necesitamos una desnudez para pensar.
Philosophical practice helps us to rediscover inner possibilities, changing our inauthentic habits, due much more to obligations of social and economic reality than to our deepest freedom, because give us the opportunity to problematize death by identifying what Plato and then Aristotle called tauma, the experience of astonishment and its inner creative resources. Philosophy can give to a society of isolated people the much needed oxygen necessary to return to breathe the spirit of nature in a new found sense of responsibility.
A crisis situation always forces us to think about practical issue. There's some survival elements, how to deal with immediate problems that we have to solve. But as well, it's always an opportunity to rethink, because there's a shift in paradigm where things we cannot do as usual. So that's a good occasion to think again. What is our life? What are we pursuing? How is society functioning? What are things about? What is the meaning of life? So we can take this as an opportunity as well.
Today we must keep the distance and maybe we feel alone. But as long as we act like human beings, we will never be alone. Whenever we think, whenever we wonder about what's happening inside and outside, then we act like human beings and as philosophers. Then, if we do it together, we become a philosophy of inquiry. Philosophy is not just something that we do at school. It is a practice and an attitude. And maybe this is the best time to rediscover philosophy.
Hello everyone, this is Young-Il from Korea. People around the world is suffering from coronavirus. I think we are in the limiting situation in Jasper's terminology. We are being asked to consider the meaning of our lives. Philosophical practice can help us to understand the situation by asking the normative questions such as we should care about others and why we should cooperate with others. We can get the wisdom and power to overcome the situation. We need to discuss them positively with people online. Hopefully sooner or later we can get over coronavirus by.
Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, je m'appelle Riccardo Mancini. Je vous parle de l'Italie. Je ne crois pas possible que la philosophie parle seulement en anglais. En philosophie, il n'y a pas d'autre question que ne soit pas la question de la limite. Si on regarde l'histoire de la philosophie, on se rend compte que les philosophes pensent toujours leur pensée et pas la pensée. C'est-à-dire que chaque fois qu'on veut faire de la philosophie, on doit penser dans notre vie. Si le problème de notre société, c'est la solitude, alors c'est facile. La philosophie nous donne la subversion de la société.
Existence is a storm. The world, with or without human beings, has gone from crisis to crisis over geological and biological time. And the other facet we need to appreciate is that we are limited at this time only in the way that we're physically confined. And we're perhaps not able to go beyond the reach of our immediate senses. Nonetheless, we now have a great opportunity to explore the final frontier, which is neither intergalactic space nor the depths of the ocean, but rather the powers of the mind and the amazing mysteries of human consciousness. So that, in fact, is an unlimited opportunity, and please take advantage of it. Second, Why can philosophical practice be a precious resource for us in these extreme moments? Well, it can give us, for one thing, a very deep appreciation with the time and space we have in which to reflect and perhaps step back from our normally hectic lives. It can give us a great sense of appreciation and gratitude for how the world really works. Not only, for example, the vital efforts that are made by frontline healthcare workers, but also, you probably realize, the food supply chain, which is still intact globally. And so we should be very grateful for the fact that we have not totally collapsed into global anarchy, and that there are still people and forces in place trying to work in our favor and to help us to endure. Aside from that, there are 100 different philosophers that you could look into, and each one of them would be from east or west or in between. Each one of them would be a precious resource to help you think about things and get through the day. And thirdly, what can philosophical practice or what can philosophy give to a society of isolated people? Well, that's a contradiction in terms. Again, if you think about living only in a world of your five senses, then you're isolated in your room. But actually, there are many philosophies which will explain to us the interconnectedness of all phenomena. And whether you think you're sitting in solitary confinement or whether you're in a crowded shopping mall, which you will be again, there's no such thing as isolation. We are experiencing solitude, and solitude is a wonderful, empowering, rewarding thing for those, once again, who are able to take advantage of it. So what philosophy can give to a society of isolated people is first the realization that we're all connected anyway, and we've never not been connected. And again, living with your mind and its powers will help to connect you to the great cosmos beyond and within. And ultimately, it will help us to understand that we have this wonderful opportunity, each and every one, to be philosophers. And that's something most people don't experience in normal times. I wish you all to be safe and well, and good day to you.
En este mundo pandémico, hiperconectado, hiperinformado, en este mundo de compras masivas, de algo de histeria, de poca paz, como dice Harari, en este mundo en el que el sistema capitalista se basa cada vez más en qué oportunidades tenemos de sobrevivir y qué oportunidades tenemos de morir, es el mundo en el que esas oportunidades están repartidas inequitativamente. Entonces, ¿para qué me sirve en este mundo la filosofía práctica o en mi caso filosofía para niños? Me sirve para pensarnos y darnos coherencia desde el punto de vista de nuestro pensamiento, nuestro discurso y nuestra acción, para transformar nuestra cotidianeidad y la de nuestros seres más queridos, los de nuestro entorno, en este momento de aislamiento, en una cotidianeidad de microacciones éticas que nos haga cada día mejores personas.
Philosophical practice is philosophy when it's rooted on the body's experience, and when the experience is connected with the totality of the reason. And extreme social situations are naturally open to the totality of the whole being. In this way, the philosophical practice can generate now deep pleasures and full realization even during the worst moments. So philosophy can give the sense of our vocation and our inner divinity. This sense is ever to perceive in our destiny the destiny of all the people.
Philosophical practice is a precious resource in this time because it gives us the opportunity to dialogue with the other about the things that we are living, not only about experience, but about the basic issues of life. What is love? What is shared? Who is the other? Is this the life that we want to live? Also, give us the opportunity to hear all the voices around the world and share with the other and listen to the other very carefully and find better solutions, better ideas, and take a more ethical and responsible decisions.
Hi! Philosophy is always useful for reading reality in a clearer and more coherent way. Today, the emergency produces a modification of our habits and our relationships and therefore confuses our ideas. In this period, it's most evident that confused ideas produce confused emotions, anger, frustration, anxiety. Philosophy today has the mission to making order in the minds and in the hearts, providing people with the methods and tools to read the change and to escape the noetic and emotional manipulation of the media and fake news.
It helps us to think wisely and rationally by discovering our logical errors and unhealthy mental and thinking patterns. It helps us to understand the situation objectively and broaden our perspectives from pessimist, optimist, and realistic way. And it helps us to deepen the concepts and values related to this situation, like joy, hope, freedom. And here we can use philosophical heritage, philosophers, books, and their thoughts. We can also use our treasure to develop the skills and the strength and the virtue.
Crisis, great difficulties, pandemics, confinements. Philosophy says to treat the crisis and problem of humanity of all kinds. However, many people at the moment of crisis are imbibed by fear, neurosis, pain, and overwhelming. A characteristic of fear, of terror, is paralysis, then silence. If philosophy is scared, who will carry the voice of the people? Who will promote the deep reflection and conscious transformation? The crises are to lash out the circumstances with great determination and audacity. Crises are the great opportunity to affirm our values.